Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at noon.
Nothing sexual, but when your best friend stays behind in the classroom, when you go to get coffee for the two of you, it's a big red flag, and that was inappropriate, I thought.
That is testimony from the alleged victim's best friend in the trial of a West Fargo teacher accused of having a sexual relationship with a student. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Lisa Badeau. She's describing what she thought about the relationship between Erin Knodel and her friend. Also testifying today, a fellow teacher and several friends of the victim. Knodel's co-worker and West Fargo teacher, Sean Krinke, says some students need extra attention, and teachers are there to provide that.
I feel like I would have asked about it, and if I recall correctly, it's kind of one of those things where when you look at some students, sometimes they need some extra attention, and so as a teacher, you will often give that to them and foster that because you want them to stay in school and you want them to do well. And so I felt like I probably would have asked him, and that's how it would have been approached.
The alleged victim testified that she drove Knodel home on 2 occasions because he was too drunk to drive. During cross-examination today, Krinke says he never saw Knodel drunk enough that he couldn't drive home. Of course, we do have a reporter sitting in on this trial, and we'll have much more on this story tonight on Valley News Live and throughout the day at valleynewslive.com. The White House says 2 innocent hostages, 1 American and 1 Italian, were accidentally killed in a U.S. counterterrorism operation targeting an al-Qaeda compound in Pakistan. The operation took place in January. President Obama today says at the time they had no reason to believe either hostage was present in the compound. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that al-Qaeda took extraordinary measures to keep the hostages out of sight while surveillance was being conducted.
As President and as Commander-in-Chief, I take full responsibility for all our counterterrorism operations, including the one that inadvertently took the lives of Warren and Giovanni. I profoundly regret what happened. On behalf of the United States government, I offer our deepest apologies to the families.
One of the hostages killed was Warren Weinstein, an American held hostage by al-Qaeda since 2011. It was a cold start to the day in the teens, but the sunshine is helping to warm us up this afternoon. Let's check in with meteorologist Robert DeHaan to see what we can expect this afternoon.
Yeah, very cold this morning. Morning lows into the teens, as you mentioned, across much of the area, including here in Fargo, getting down to 15 degrees. That's just 1 degree off of a record low set way back in 1918. Also got down to 15 over in Bemidji, 14 up in Langdon. Current temperatures have warmed up nicely with sunshine. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s across the region. Some 50s out towards the west and parts of our area. We'll see some 50-degree temperatures as we head through the day today. We're also going to see some clouds on the increase slowly from west to east as we head through this afternoon and into this evening. Overnight tonight, a chance for a bit of rain. Right now, it looks like the best chance for some of that rain will be in the southern 2/3 of the area. At this point, we are dry across the region. A little bit of rain falling over in western portions of North Dakota. We're going to show you the first couple of days of that 7-day forecast today, getting into the mid-50s tomorrow with more clouds around and a chance of rain, especially in the first half of the day. A little bit cooler, but we do have some warmer weather on that 7-day forecast, and we'll show that to you coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Robert. A Crookston, Minnesota man is in jail after threatening to kill a transgender female. 24-year-old Tony Laird faces a felony charge of terroristic threats. He allegedly said he had guns and knives and would slash the throat of the victim. Earlier, he had lived with the victim before discovering the victim was actually a male and kicked him out of his apartment. He had already been on parole for convictions in Iowa of carrying weapons and causing injury to another person. North Dakota State senators unanimously voted down a bill targeting the new insurance deal between Sanford Health's plan and the North Dakota Public Employees Retirement System. The bill failed on a vote of 46-0 this morning. It was introduced after the deal between Sanford and the state employees was announced. Sanford Health Plan will start providing health coverage for thousands of North Dakota public employees, including lawmakers, starting July 1st. A government report released today says that an alarm system in the Houston, Texas home of former President George H.W. Bush was broken for more than 13 months before it was fixed by the Secret Service. According to the report, the agency received warnings in 2010 saying that the system in Houston was likely to fail and was out of date. But the Secret Service denied requests to replace it. In the fall of 2013, the alarm system failed and it wasn't replaced until late 2014. During that span, the Secret Service added an agent to the property. You lock your house, your car, and your garage, wanting to keep yourself and your belongings safe. But what if someone could still easily walk in your front door? New technology is available right here in the Valley that could make lock-picking obsolete. Coming up on Valley News Live, we're investigating how it could be making burglary easier and how to protect yourself. Tune in tonight on Valley News Live 10 at 10 with crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson. The UND Student Senate has backed away from a vote of no confidence for school president Robert Kelly after a memorandum of understanding was reached. It was aimed at creating better communication between students and administrators. Student government leaders were at odds with Kelly and other administrators after being left in the dark about proposed tuition hikes. As part of the agreement, UND will create a task force made up of students and administrators to work on tuition proposals. If spring fever has you craving farmers markets, you're in luck today. In honor of Earth Week, the 100-mile Terra Madre Farmers Market will be held from 3 to 6:30 at the Knutson Campus Center at Concordia. It will feature a wide variety of local food and products, including pasta, farm fresh eggs, potted flowers, and much more. You've heard the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Ahead at noon, how artists are helping young patients at a children's hospital see themselves in a different light. But next, we'll check in with meteorologist Robert Hahn. That's a pretty picture out the window of our Skycam. A nice sunny afternoon.